It's going to be good.
It's going to be hard to crack his smile.
I know.
It was easy to get VJ really wrapped up, but Doug's going to be a harder one. He's going to be a tough cookie.
That's all right. We'll get him.
It's okay. You play hard to get, Doug. We'll work on you.
Yeah, that's going to be whoever can crack the smile first from him.
Okay. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the studio, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things in my job is I get to fly to Denver and hang out with you.
Oh, it's
in
awesome.
studio.
The best.
It's so much fun. And so I
get
hope
to
you
talk
guys
to cool people all day long.
All day.
Yeah.
And so I hope you guys have as much fun as we do here. We have a very special guest today hanging out with us, one of our own, and someone you guys probably have seen at a conference or seen around. Like, who is this guy? He's got to be the coolest guy in the conference right now. It's true. I want to be just like this guy. I want to be just like him. It's one of the reasons why I was excited to come to Vertafore. So without further ado, I'm gonna pass the mic off over here, and I want you to tell the audience who our guest is today. Give him a little highlight of who he is. Highlight reel.
He kind of has a following now.
He does.
I've been lurking on his social media, on his LinkedIn, and I've realized like Dougie Fresh is a personal brand. Yeah, it could be on a T-shirt. It's a thing now. Like to do that. To be in with Dougie Fresh is a thing. Like people around the industry will probably start wearing Hawaiian T-shirts at some point.
Oh, I would imagine so.
I think it might happen.
He's a trendsetter.
Yes.
Trendsetter.
Yes. So, all right, let me do a formal introduction.
Let's do a
now
formal
that you guys
introduction.
have gotten the informal introduction, we're really excited to have the one and only Doug Mohr on the podcast today. I know. His calendar was very busy.
Yeah.
Somehow we got an hour with him. Doug is the VP of Industry Relations and Partnerships, and he is what I would call a Vertafore OG, which means he knows where all the bodies are buried, people. He came on board the Vertafore team 14 years ago as the Vice President of Solutions Consulting, and after successfully leading that team through 8 years of ups and downs, he took on his current role leading the partner program as Vice President. He is a trusted member of the Vertafore senior leadership team and part of the Roper Technologies family of companies. Welcome, Doug.
Wow.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Heath. I'm glad to finally get the privilege of being on the podcast.
And a rumor that I'd heard was that you predate Denver office. Is that a true statement?
Oh.
No, I live in the Seattle, Washington area because I moved over 14 years ago from Austin, Texas.
Oh my
to
gosh.
Mukilteo, Washington for Vertafore. We had a headquarters in Bothell, Washington.
Isn't that crazy?
You're kidding
Isn't that crazy?
me.
Yeah. I did my homework.
That is some Vertafore history
That
I
is.
did not know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had this awesome building in Bothell, 3-story building. At one point, we put in a coffee bar from one of the local cafes, Cafe Vita, and used to get free coffee at the office. It was awesome. We had over 600 people at the office at one point.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So, but you're still in the PNW. You decided to stay.
There.
Okay.
I decided to stay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
Pacific
let's go.
Northwest.
Stayed for the sunshine. You guys have heard
Yeah.
about the rain. That's
Right.
fake news. I stayed for the sunshine.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go.
It's
You can
mostly
see out my window. It's
Well, you
it's a
bring
sign.
it with the Hawaiian shirts for sure.
that. Oh my gosh, the Hawaiian shirts, that has come full circle for
It
me.
is.
That
Yes.
has.
Yes.
Okay. So Doug, take us back to your day one of Vertafore. How did you, tell us a little bit about the solutions consulting role and mostly the transition. Like you decided to stay with Vertafore, commit to the mission, but moved into a different role. And I want to get into how you've grown the program. It's truly exceptional. Give us a little background first.
Yeah. So I've spent, prior to joining the insurance industry, spent my entire career working for enterprise software companies in other industries. And what's really interesting is I worked in a lot of manufacturing operations, automating their supply chain management, warehouse management, manufacturing, shop floor processes. And many of the types of companies I automated in my prior life are insurance agents or insuring those types of businesses. So it's really interesting because you write business insurance. I can talk manufacturing. I can talk distribution, supply chain, DCs, the types of businesses, construction, property management, building products. A lot of the same types of end customers our agents insure. I actually had the pleasure of getting to work in their facilities from a technology perspective. So fast forward 14 years ago, I jump over from SAP, come into Vertafore. Day one, I'm leading a team of solution consultants, and many of whom are still here. Folks like Brett Chennai, Gail Berg, Ron Harold, so I got the luxury of working for a team that had been in the industry, working in insurance for many years. So I got to learn from some of the best in the Vertafore in our company. And I was always in the pre-sales, solution consulting, sales realm my entire career. Well, from about 96 on. And I got the opportunity to come here and build a team, build a culture, a camaraderie, and I did that for 8 years. I loved working for VPs of sales, different VPs, working with solution consultants and the sales team, account management managers, executives, trying to figure out how our customers could define value and get value from Vertafore solutions. So I dug into the industry, dug into our products, dug into the processes, the sales processes that we had at the time, helped innovate it. I'll bring this back, but was very involved in our first integration with DocuSign, which come full circle. I'm now managing the DocuSign partnership. And so did that for 8 years. Extremely fun, great team, was in a good place. And at the time, my boss, the SVP of sales, came to me with an opportunity to reinvent myself after 8 years and build something new again at Vertafore. And that was where I, 6 years ago, took over and started the Orange Partner Program, and also took over responsibilities for some industry relations that my predecessor had been in charge of, primarily relationships with the Big I at a national level, Invest, ID Federation. So I kind of have two parts of my job, industry, but the Orange Partners Program is really where we're going to probably spend the majority of our time today.
Yeah. Okay. So how many companies were part of the Orange Partner Program when you stepped into that role, like 6 years ago?
0.
And how many companies are part of the Orange Partner Program today?
60.
And unreal.
You
set that up beautifully.
Unreal.
That was like, yeah.
Okay, and so here's the thing.
Now, I'm also a sports car fan, so 0 to 6. It took me 6 years to get here.
Awesome.
It took me 6 years to get here. My sports car is a little faster than 0 to 66 years, but I feel like that's a pretty good account.
Dude, that was awesome. That is awesome.
0 to
wow.
60.
0 to 60.
The story of 0 to 60.
Love it.
Is the title. That's it right there, baby.
Okay. So it'll tell us on our AI tool. But anyhow, dude, that is awesome. Okay, so tell me, throughout this whole time, it's been what it sounds to me. It's been about relationships. Whether it's from the very beginning to even now building Orange Partner Program. Tell me how valuable that is to you. What that means to you when you hear relationship and you see in our industry move more towards relationship focused.
Yeah, and let's even back up just a second, because coming from an organization like SAP, and before that I worked at Oracle, or an Oracle partnership in the ecosystem, for a partner of Oracle's, I'd always been around companies that had a huge partner ecosystem. And so I looked at our company, Vertafore, and I always had a voice like, why don't we have a better relationship with the solutions that integrate with our core systems? Because we've always had, for the 14 years that I've been here, we've always had open APIs. We've always had the ability for third-party solution providers to come in and build integration to our core solutions. And so when I stepped into the role managing the Orange Partner Program, it wasn't that I had 0 integration partners. I had 0 formal partnerships with our companies that integrated with our core solutions. Companies like Rocket Referrals, companies like Agency Revolution, companies like ePay Policy. They had a loose relationship. They had integration with our solutions, but there wasn't a formal partner program. So to get to your question, Heath, relationships is what has built the Orange Partner Program. And technology is one part, but it's really the interaction and engagement with our partners and our sellers and our customer success team and support and, myself and Kelly Mayhew shares the Orange Partner Program responsibilities with for Carrier and MGA with me, and we built this beautiful network of solutions that we can bring to our customers, our independent agents, with them knowing that we've done our due diligence, we've looked at the way they integrate with our solutions, we've looked at their security and back end processes. We validated that it's not a competitive offering, but complementary to our solution set. And it just happened to coincide with this thing called InsurTech. You guys have probably heard about it, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think you guys have talked about it on a few podcasts.
Probably. We might know how to spell it.
We might know.
Once or twice.
Was there an E or is there not an E?
So it was like almost perfect time, perfect place at the perfect time for us to ramp up the Orange Partner Program. And here's this huge influx of technology that's available for the independent agent that we're able to bring to them and, offer them through a relationship and what we now call the Orange Partner Program.
You bring up a great point that I wanted the audience to hear about, and I want to know about. So I'm nosy here, I guess, but not just anybody could be an Orange Partner. As you brought up earlier, we do vet these. It's not like someone just comes in, hey, Doug, I want to be a part of the platform. Put me on. Like, you really do your due diligence, and we've talked about this, you and I, but I would love the audience to hear about what's that look like?
Okay, if I can tee him up even more, we are so on the same brainwave today, dude.
I love this.
I was going to ask that
question.
That
much time together in a room with no windows. It happens.
It's like reading my mind. Okay, so when you said, dude, it's not. When you said due diligence, I immediately thought about the last few months as I've been bugging you about a potential new Orange partner that's in the AI space. And, you've said, hey, I know you're really excited, but like, hold on, we have to do our due diligence. And at first I heard that, I was like, oh, Doug, you are holding me back from incredible marketing. You're killing me, man. And then as we continued down this journey together, I started realizing the importance, right, of this due diligence process, especially when it comes to AI, because, we learned things about how their tool was built that impact data privacy and, where does obviously agencies are entrusting us with their data. Where are we sending that data? How are other people leveraging? That's a huge responsibility. And so just that whole process that we went through together, I was like, okay, I get it now.
It goes back to what we've been talking about the last couple episodes is Vertafore's focus on the end user, on the customer.
Right.
Doug didn't care about your thoughts. He was more worried about our customers.
Yes.
And which is the right way, know. So thank you for that. But can you walk us through, I guess we both asked the same question in different ways of what is that due diligence process? What does that mean to Vertafore, to you, to the team? Go ahead. I'd love to.
It offers us the opportunity, first and foremost, to build that relationship with that InsurTech solution provider. And the nice thing is, it may take 4 or 6 months to go through that process, but through that time, we get to know that company, that partner, founders much better. We get to see them actually install their software integrated with our solutions in a live customer environment, get feedback from the customers. And what that all adds up to is us being comfortable putting our Orange Partner stamp of approval on that solution. And that's really important. We value that endorsement like it's almost like it's our own software. Mm-hmm. And it's an extension of Vertafore. The Orange Partner Program is an extension of our brand, our products, our company. And so we have to make sure that when we do add a new partner to the partner program, that we feel comfortable they're going to live up to our standards, and our customers are going to have the same type of experience working with that third-party solution provider as they get with Vertafore.
Mm-hmm. And I think you've done a really good job, or we've done a good job of selling that not only to the customer, but these Orange partners are excited to be an Orange partner. And I think they see a lot of value on the other side of that as well. Do you see that from your end too?
Oh yeah. We just have to look to, a couple of weeks ago, we were all in New Orleans at Accelerate. We had 130 exhibitors in the exhibit hall. A good portion of those were Orange partners. And I know that when they put that sign up on their booth that they're an Orange partner, a customer will come up to them and maybe ask them different questions, have a different opinion of them as they're walking up to that booth, knowing that they're part of the partner program.
They got a little extra swagger in their walk, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And like we do internal sharing sessions with our customer facing teams, our sales teams, customer success, marketing, solution consulting, customer consulting. We bring that partner into our family and they get to share their story. And then that will spread to, an account manager for one of our large enterprise customers, bringing that partner out there, with the trust that we've done that due diligence. And due diligence is kind of a funny word, right? We're really getting to know the partner. We're getting to date a little bit before we get married. And, you may find out through the dating process that, marriage isn't the right option for you. And so sometimes we go through this process and we go, you know what? Maybe just integration is as far as we need to take this partnership. And that's that. And we still support integrations, even though that solution provider may not make it to the big leagues, make it to the Orange Partner Program. And we have a bunch of situations where, integration was enough. Maybe they didn't want to scale their business and grow it as fast as somebody that wanted to join the Orange Partner Program. So it's really a great opportunity for us to figure out the right level of engagement and if Orange Partner Program is the right path for that solution provider.
As you've built this and as you continue to build the Orange Partner Program, you talked about the relationship and whatnot. Is it one of those things that you went into a relationship and the dating kind of aspect of it? Are we courting them? Are they courting us? So we introduce a new product on our end. Do we look for those Orange partners to match that? Or is it more like we're vetting the applications coming in? How does that work on that end? So you could pull that back a little bit. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, great question, Heath. First of all, approval. I didn't build this all by myself. We had a large team of
we were going to give you the credit.
Marketing. I was simply the guy at the steering wheel, driving the sports car, right? But I had a lot of people in the back.
Yeah.
But to get to your question, we look at the sources from multiple viewpoints. First and foremost, if a customer of ours comes to us and says, "Hey, Doug, I've got this great solution. I've been using it for the last 6 months. I think you should take a look at it." First and foremost, customer feedback is number one. That is the most valuable way that we would find out about a new solution provider that we would consider for the Orange Partner Program. Number two is what's going on in the industry. So there are a number of solutions out there like that are leveraging artificial intelligence, machine learning right now. That's really the hot spot of new solutions coming into the marketplace to automate a whole bunch of different areas. But the core theme that we look for is our customers are going to save time, reduce the amount of manual effort it takes to complete a specific process. And that could be policy checking is a big area that we're seeing some new solutions come to market. Certificates of insurance. We're working on a certificate issuance solution. There's some good solutions out there in the marketplace that we've seen to automate the certificate process. Carrier, the big one is there's a bunch of inefficiencies as it relates to carrier agent engagement. And whether it be pulling down, eDocs, notices of cancellation and trying to get that uploaded into the agency management system, or going out and I'm going through a personalized comparative rating process and I want to pull the policy docs down from the company and put it into the rater so you have the most accurate information, especially with the PL rating bind now. Being able to quote and bind, having better information on the front end is going to make that an easier process. So those are the types of solutions that we look at in the marketplace. And, sometimes it might be filling a gap in our portfolio. So I'll use Client Circle as a great example with what we have branded and built and sell. We don't sell it. We include it in our software for free, what we call Vertafore Client Communications, or VCC. About 4.5 years ago, we were getting feedback from our customers that our marketing automation in AMS 360 was a little antiquated. We needed to update it. So we had a decision. We either needed to build something ourselves, a new marketing automation solution built into and integrated with AMS 360. We need to go acquire a technology asset out there and bring it into the Vertafore family, the Roper family. Or what we chose to do was we did an evaluation of the best-in-class solutions at that point in time. And we did a full analysis, feature, function, capabilities that we were looking to fill. And we landed on, at the time, a company called Rocket Referrals, which is now rebranded to Client Circle. And we white labeled their solution, built it into AMS 360, built it under our Vertafore single sign-on, our SSO capabilities, and we include it for free at no cost to every AMS 360 core or platform customer that wants to automate their marketing automation capabilities. And that, at the time, that was unprecedented. That was brand new ground that we were breaking. And it's been extremely successful since we've done that. So that's a good example of filling a gap with a partner solution.
Yeah. When you look out at the insurtech marketplace or insurtech landscape, and you're looking at other AMS providers, right? How important is it? And I know you may be a bit biased here, but I want to ask the question anyways, because you're probably looking at what other AMS providers are doing in this space in terms of integrations, et cetera. How important is this program, right, to the agent? This mission of openness. Take Vertafore's brand out of it and Vertafore's name out of it in the Orange Partner Program. But what are your thoughts on championing openness in the industry?
Yeah, again, coming from the enterprise software world where it was a very open environment, we were always an open platform. And I'll reiterate that. 14 years ago, when I came in, we were integrating with voice over IP systems with AMS 360. They were different VoIP systems, right? It was ShoreTel, it was Cisco systems, but this is 15 years ago, and these integrations existed when I joined. We were already down that path. We were not a closed system. We just didn't really advertise it. We really didn't push it. And so the last 6-7 years, we've really been talking about the benefits to an independent agent of being able to choose the technology they want to use, and rather than their AMS vendor telling them what they have to use. And that's the sole reason our independent agents are in business against the exclusive agents and the captives. It's because they offer choice. They offer a choice of company that you can insure to cover that risk. Like my agent comes to me, and to cover my risks on the personal side of my personal line side, my RV is covered by a different company than the rest of my policies because that was the better option at the time. I have different coverage based on my needs, and that's what open platform offers you, is that you don't have to come for us to get everything under one roof. We offer options of the different insurtech solutions that are out there in the marketplace that you can, and I'm going to say plug in, because it's not quite as easy as just plugging into the light socket, right? There are some setups you have to do for the integration, but you can plug that insurtech solution into a Vertafore core solution like AMS 360, Sagita, Benefit Point, QQ Catalyst, AIM, MGA Systems, ImageRight/WorkSmart. All those solutions have open APIs to be able to integrate third-party solutions with.
So you bring up a great point that I want to get into a little bit is, and going back to your question about other AMS systems, everyone says they're open, and we hear this conversation about open APIs. And you and I were at a conference in Indiana where there was a CEO panel, and the whole conversation came up, but every single one of these vendors talked about being open.
Yep.
And we've said it for 14 years. Could you let the audience know a little bit, like, what is truly open versus what they're saying is open? Why is our open different than their open? I got to smile. I got to smile. Yes. That's it. I win.
There's definitely, you
owe
win.
me a drink.
All right.
So anyway, but seriously though, I hear it a lot, and I want to know truly, what does it mean?
Yeah. So I don't like to toot my own horn. I don't like to
Toot away, baby.
No,
Toot away.
we'll toot for you.
Yeah,
Toot,
toot,
toot.
No. But here, it's even better. It's even better.
Okay.
Talk to our partners. Talk to any one of our Orange partners about how we work with them versus anybody else in the industry. Talk to our customers that might have mixed environments and how the other platforms they might have in their environment work from an open platform. So I let our partners and our customers tell our story because they tell it way better than me. Because I can create whatever marketing collateral that makes me look great, which is in some cases what some of the other vendors in the industry do. But you talk to the people that are actually using it, customers and partners, and they'll tell you the difference, Heath.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't. Yeah, I love that answer, but I would love to see if you could, dig a little deeper what it does mean.
All right. So
can you put it on the bottom shelf a little bit and let
me double click into that. So
please, I like that double click.
What open means is that we have documentation. Once you sign an NDA with Vertafore, you'll get access to all of our API documentation online, easily accessible, with step-by-step instructions on how you connect with our solutions, whether it be AMS 360, AIM, ImageRight, Sajita, QQ Catalyst, HC Zoom, and then it's how long does it take to build that integration? In some cases, it's weeks, maybe some cases months, depending on the complexity. But open means that you don't have to hire a programmer to do a bunch of this stuff. It's industry standard technology that an insurtech, somebody that started their business up 3 or 4 years ago, can understand and use and integrate with our solutions. That's what open means to me.
I love that. I got what I wanted. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also a depth of integration too.
Yes.
I mean, I remember realizing this was a few years ago, actually pre-Vertafore, that not all APIs are equal. And that by that, I mean, not just the amount of data that's passed, but also the quality of the integration itself. Coming to Vertafore, I've learned we do a lot of upkeep on our API system, making sure the highways are super speed.
Yeah, 0 to 60.
You have to be able to handle the Porsche on the highway.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? And that's not something that, I see a lot of other companies doing. So, and we also make it publicly available. If somebody asks us for the API documentation, I've never seen us refuse to give it to anybody, right? It's pretty much a free-for-all. So, it's really, we do champion openness here in a way that's very different than the rest of the industry.
Agree.
And I think the key is we're not threatened by it. We embrace the innovation, right? We're not threatened by innovation. We want our customers to leverage innovation. Yep. And you know what? If that challenges us to have to build something 2 years from now, then we should be building it, right?
Yes.
Or in the case of HC Zoom, they were a partner. Our customers were getting a lot of value from using the HC Zoom sales automation solution, and we brought them into the Vertafore family. And now they're part of our own solution set.
Yeah.
So
Incredible.
Is there a cap that you see to the OPP Orange Partner Program? Is there a cap to this, or is it just going to be one of those things that if they fit, you don't have a certain number?
I keep thinking that we're at max capacity, and then we add 10 to 12 new partners every year. So, I don't see a cap for as long as we continue down the current path. So we could be 100 3 years from now. I don't know. There's no cap. What we do cap, we do cap though is like a certain segment of a category of partners. So let's take electronic, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Electronic signature, right? We don't want to offer 20, and there are 20 different electronic payment solutions out there for the insurance industry. We don't want to offer too much choice. So we are selective, and we do look at a certain number. That number is probably between 3 and 5 partners per category, where we feel that's enough choice for our customers. Unless something really cool comes in that we just say that our customers got to have that, and then we might make an exception. So.
Yeah, I think the other thing, Doug, that you and I have been talking about is exploring more how we bring the Orange Partner Program into, I want to say, our maybe marketing and sales conversations directly. So I guess I think of it very similar to oh, and I'm going to go down the analogy route. This may be a terrible analogy. So just Heath, tell me if it is and reroute me, man.
Right.
I think about going into Starbucks and the menu saying, we have beans, we have milk, we have syrup, we have espresso, right? And now you've got to come up with whatever combination you want, right? Make the hazelnut matcha latte super fresh, right? It's like,
Okay.
holy smokes. Versus going in and there's a menu and you can choose. Now you can always like adjust, right? It's not like sorry, you can't get more than, one syrup shot or one espresso shot, or you can't get this kind of milk versus that kind of milk. But it's a starting place. And I think agencies are looking for that today. Like okay, I know I need this set of Vertafore products.
The analogy worked. It was good.
Is it working?
It was good.
Oh, all right. So that's agency one, but I know I need more than agency one. I know I need the electronic signature. I need a VoIP system. Those are not technologies that we're proficient in and we don't want to be proficient in. So starting to give them some guideposts on, hey, here's what a tech stack at this stage of your agency's life cycle should look like. That stage of your agency's life cycle should look like. So could you speak a little bit to that and, sort of how we want to get to a point where, and I may be overreaching as far as where we want to go. I might be putting Doug on the spot here, so I apologize, Doug, but just some thoughts on that.
Actually, you're characterizing something that actually some of our industry partners have done out there.
Awesome.
And Heath, I know you're really connected with PIA. We've got PIAC in Colorado, and Brian Bernier, who's the state exec for Big I and PIA. He has this concept, and I've heard it mentioned in other states, agency in a box. Avi Knight, IANC, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Agency in a box. It's a combination of agency management system and the other key components that an agency needs to fill out their tech stack. If they don't know, if they're on the smaller end of the spectrum, they don't have a technology expert in their business, they really don't know what pieces they need. And so somebody like Brian can come in and go, well, agency of boxes, it's QQ Catalyst, it's ePay policy, it's Forge for websites, and it's Ring Central for VoIP, right? These are the four things that you need to automate your business and get closer with your policyholders. And that's something that, we leave that up a lot of times to folks like Brian to go figure that out, or Avi, but at the same time, there's nothing to say that we can't offer that same solution set. And I know our sellers and account managers definitely do that at Vertafore, but it's not a formal sales motion that we necessarily, go to market with. It's kind of, it's more mix and match, right? And that's the way I think it should be, because we're consultative sales people at Vertafore. We don't come in to a customer, existing customer, new customer, go, here, Mr. Customer, here's what you need from Vertafore, right? We don't just throw up on their desk and go, here's a whole bunch of stuff. Go ahead and, pick what you need. We're like, well, Heath, what kind of business do you run?
Yeah.
You write a little personal, some small commercial. You write any specialty? And you've got some crop insurance. Are you pushing that through E&S?
He's in my head right now.
And so we ask those questions from a consultative perspective. And until you ask those questions, you really can't assemble the pieces that you need for the quote unquote agency in a box, right?
Right.
Dude, you're on a roll right now. So my question, you're in my head right now. It's crazy. Thank you. So once you've got beyond the agency in a box, if you're talking to an agency at that level, that we hear a lot from agencies like, where do I go next? What's the next piece of tech I need to add to my stack? Where do I go? Do I go here? Do I go there? Where do I go? What do you tell people in that arena? Like, what do you say to those people? Like, I'm ready to get beyond the opening box. Like, I'm ready to go to the next level. What do you say?
Yeah. And then it's, like I said, it's mix and match. It's like, what type of business you write, who are your customers? Do they want to engage with you digitally? Do they want to engage with you in a more traditional fashion? And then, the best consultative salespeople in the industry are coming to the customer with a solution, and they're like, "Yeah, Heath, you freaking nailed it, dude. This is exactly what I need to run my business, man." And then they're just like, "Here, how much money do you want, Heath? I'll just write whatever open check. Should I just leave the amount open for you? Because, you've just solved a bunch of my problems.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. For agents who want to start this journey, they're looking to get outside the box. Where do they go to figure out what Orange partners we have, to talk about some solutions that are a good fit for them?
www.vertafore.com. About us, Orange Partner Program.
All right.
There you go.
You can learn everything you need about our Orange partners right from that page.
I love it. Okay. And then for insurtechs who want to talk to you, they want to be a part of the Cool Kids Club, where do they go?
DMOHR@vertafore.com.
Nice.
Just email. I can't guarantee that it'll be the fastest process, but we will work with you. We'll respond to you. We'll listen to you. We'll, hopefully you'll find some customers that your value proposition resonates with, and we can help you on that journey.
I love it. Wonderful.
Before we wrap up, where's your next? Where can we see you next? You're like, where's Waldo? Where's Doug? Like, where are we going to see you next? You're all over the place.
I'm going to take a guess. Boston?
Yep. InsurTech Boston. I've got a
go.
short stop.
Let's go, baby.
I got a short stop that's not. It's a volunteer effort, and I'm going to put a plug in here for my volunteer work that I do with some of our not-for-profit boards. But I'm a board member of Invest, and Invest is partnering with DECA. DECA is a high school organization that works with emerging leaders and entrepreneurs and business people to help them along their path. Invest is looking to fill the gap in talent that we're going to have over the next 10 years in trying to find young people that are interested in a career in insurance. So a week from today, I will be in Anaheim, California at a DECA conference with about 20 some odd thousand high school kids, helping them to just judge their pitches, but at the same time, we're going to be pitching why they should consider a career in insurance.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Man, it's like the many sides of Doug that we're learning about
know.
today. I had no idea you were involved in that. That's incredible.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you'll be in Boston. And so anything else, any other conferences you want to plug if anyone wants to find you?
Boy,
Put him on the spot again.
Spring is it's been busy. I mean, I just got done with the Big I Legislative Conference lobbying in DC on behalf of the independent agents. Yeah. I know PIA has a huge lobby voice as well. I will say that if you're an independent agent, and whether you're a member of PIA, Big I, or any other association, you get the opportunity either lobby on behalf of other agents, either at the state or the national level, do it. That is it's the coolest event that I do, coolest industry event that I do every year. Yeah. I just love getting to spend time with other agents on Capitol Hill with our legislators, talking about industry issues like flood insurance, crop insurance, and Main Street 100%. America that are important to our customers, our small business owners out there that are running independent insurance agents. I know that one's just happened a couple weeks ago, but I'll tell you, I geek out every time I talk about that event.
Yeah, I get to go to DC with PIA this year and do some of that, and I'm with you on that 100%. If you get a chance, make sure you do it. We probably should wrap this up. Sorry, I keep wanting to extend it because I love this guy.
The Orange Partner Program is Vertafore's secret sauce.
Yes,
it is our ninja,
true.
blade that we don't always pull out because we don't want to be that guy, but it's there.
It's almost like a flex at this point.
It is a flex, and just thank you, Doug, for all the work that you've done growing it. Personally, transparently, I would not have come to Vertafore if it weren't for the Orange Program. That was actually a huge reason that I came and joined the team and the company, and knowing that there was just such a commitment to openness. That was something that I personally championed pre-Vertafore, and it's meant a lot to be able to work alongside you and just learn about how you run the OPP, how you've built it, and then of course see where it's the heights that it's risen to today. So thank you for all the work. We appreciate you.
And the audience here listening with us, thank you guys for hanging out with us, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening. We appreciate it more than you know. Sid and I spend all day in the booth to be able to hang out with you, and we love to do that. So hit the subscribe button, hang out this next week, check out the past episodes, and again, we'll see you on the next one. Well, that was a great episode.
Amazing. It was an amazing episode.
I really enjoyed that content. Guys, if you enjoyed that content and you want more of it, make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Nah, dude. You got to tell them to crush it. Crush that subscribe button, guys.
All right. Whether you want to crush it, smash it, hit it.
Bop it?
Sure, we could bop it. Either way, guys, we don't want you to miss another episode. We enjoy spending time with you, the VIP.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.